So I'm going to be doing a live reaction to Jimmy Kimmel response to Trump calling him one of the dumbest human beings ever. This came out as I had already done a video, but I got copyright hit because I accidentally just thought maybe I could just record like the whole thing with some parts of my voice talking and too much of it. So today we're going to be doing a slightly different take. So this is going to be my live reaction because this video spoke out to me because Jimmy Kimmel's wife came out because Donald Trump's been attacking her so much. Sad little man that he is. Everybody seems to think that, Donald Trump should be president again because he should get the second chance because he's not as corrupt as everybody else has made him out to sound and seem, and even based on the fact that he was convicted. That stuff was just a conspiracy. It's just some big political attack. This is all a lie. Those were 12 American jurors who voted to convict Donald Trump on his criminal offenses. If you don't believe it, go watch the trial yourself. I've seen it. I believe it. I know it's true. That was a core value of American voters. And the people who show up at Donald Trump's rallies expect to see a change and difference. I'm a voter who doesn't even need to be swayed by anything of difference of anybody else's opinion. I've had people come at me already, and one guy who keeps pushing me, but you know what? I respect that guy. He tries to push me to feel like I got to vote for Donald Trump. I can't vote for a man who literally, in my climate, in my culture, everyone thinks he's basically replacing the almighty Heavenly Father. I can't do that. I'm sorry. And Mr. Cheeto's song that definitely stand by, don't taking back our flag. I definitely stand by with Mr. Cheeto's patriotic song of America that's a month old from now. It's basically straight up says it straight up, calling Donald Trump out as a felon. It's a fact. If people want to vote for a felon, go right ahead. That's your pride. I didn't need Taylor Swift's opinion to tell me to vote, but I dang well sure got sealed in the fact that I've been a Swiftie long before I even knew what the term Swiftie meant. And based on this and this whole construct here with Jimmy Kimmel, I'm straight up with everything that he talks about every day, because Donald Trump likes to pick fights with everybody, and it's a pathetic little sad attempt of a man who just needs to focus on his family name, trying to keep his kids' names out of the dirt and the disgrace that he's bringing down on the Trump name. I mean, come on, he already failed a whole bunch of businesses and had too many bankruptcies. He got lucky with $1 million loan when he was a child, and there's actually a song that's already been made by him, by the artist $1 Million Loan. $1 Million Loan. And that was sung by Death Cab for Cutie. Death Cab for Cutie already came out with a song calling him out. Gorillaz also came out with a song called Hallelujah. And that was from their most recent release, which we haven't heard a lot of them. It's called Hallelujah Money. It's an anti-Trump song, and it speaks perfectly from 2017. If you don't know the song, look it up. It's right here. Check it out. It's a beautiful, elegant aspect. And you can even go back to the other part that I looked up with, not the place I get my massages, but basically the other one was, I mean, these aren't even hate songs. These are just facts. These are just truth. I mean, listen to these songs. Hear this out. This has been going on for a long time. The other one is the song that I just mentioned, apart from Mr. Cheeto's, here, Taking Back My Flag by Mr. Cheeto's. I didn't even know he was out, and I am a strong, proud person who stands by this. Right here, this is a man who's speaking straight from the fact that he's been grown as a Bible. He's grown up from the Bible. And this is a fact right here, straight up and true. I stand by Mr. Cheeto's, and I'm glad he's come out with his music. We need artists like this. We need people who are standing up in this country to show that people of all of our ethnicities and differences, based on the merits of religion and faith, we don't need to keep sitting back and letting the good faith get muddied in the name of the water, regardless of where your background and your religion comes from. These are hardworking American citizens that are tired of the lies, deceit, do-nothing goods, disappointments. It doesn't matter which side of the aisle you're on. It doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democratic, you're independent. It's about coming together. I'm an independent, and I've been leaning a little bit more right, but I can't lean as right as far as Donald Trump. I lean more toward the old values of the Republican Party, which unfortunately it looks like somebody, Donald Trump, took a shotgun. Maybe it was Eric Trump or his infamous son. It's Don Jr., who went and shot the elephant and killed the Lincoln Party. I mean, come on. The Lincoln Project, that's a real thing. And I believe in the Lincoln Project. That's about fighting. That's about fighting for our American rights. And that's the old core values of the rights there. to protecting the fundamentals. And those are who oppose the Trumpism. And I'm proud of that. And I am with the Lincoln Project. Even if I haven't donated to them, I'm in full support of them. So in this content video, you're going to see me react to Jimmy Kimmel's message as he continues here talking from Hollywood, California.
This is, I have to say, an exciting day. You know, are you familiar with Jane Goodall, the great zoologist, anthropologist?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Jane Goodall.
A big chunk of her life.
Here's Jane Goodall.
Chimpanzees, wild chimpanzees.
She's an amazing woman.
Years in the jungle, observing them, learning about them, and in many
Here she
ways,
is.
I feel like I've been doing similar work over the past 8 years.
90 years old.
Donald Trump.
Oh, he did not, Jimmy. He just compared the fact that he's been doing the same kind of work with Donald Trump. I gotta pause right here. Okay, facts be true. Jane Goodall has been working with actual authentic chimpanzees, apes, and orangutans. Donald Trump doesn't deserve the title of an orangutan or a chimpanzee. You know what's interesting? Bill Maher, he's the first one to have gotten Trump's attention. he called out Donald Trump to be a orangutan, an orange orangutan. Is it an orange orangutan? The orange sphincter. And then even here, look at this. This is hilarious. He had to withdraw it. There it is right there. And those were his words right there, and he joked about it. I stand with Bill Maher as well. So anybody coming at me trying to push me to not vote for a leader who's more competent and better structured for this country, I'm sorry. I've been following the news. I've been following the facts of real political talk, of real awareness to what's going on in this country. Now, continuing on with Jimmy Kimmel.
For a time watching them from a distance, began to interact with her fellow primates, and last night, that happened to me too.
Oh, he does it again.
Gave a crowd in Indiana,
He thickened on the layer of how Jane Goodall and the chimpanzees, apes, and orangutans, the way she works with them. Jimmy Kimmel.
The worst host of the history of the Academy Awards.
Oh, here's Trump talking about bringing up the awards happened at the Oscars. How Jimmy Kimmel was there at the Oscars, and Trump goes and attacks him on stage live. He's doing it.
He goes out and reads my truth
and this nonsense
to the entire audience right before the best prime time, the best picture, and it said basically he is the worst host of the history. He reads the whole thing, and then I think he said something like, "Ha ha ha, he thinks he bothers me," or some crap like that. I said, he's one of the dumbest human beings ever. He should have listened to his...
I mean, really, Trump? Really? And then he goes and calls Jimmy Kimmel a dope. Jimmy Kimmel ain't no dope. But he's brazen, and he can do some raunchy stuff. Everyone's clapping and cheering. Hey, Jimmy Kimmel, spot on, man.
Isn't that sweet?
Spot on, man.
Confused me with one of his sons again. Huh?
Oh, he just said he's confused him with one of his sons. No, he's not flirting, I promise. It's all hate. Trust me, it's all hate coming from Trump.
He even worked my wife in there. Should I be worried that Trump has mentioned my wife more times at his rallies this year than his own?
Oh.
I also want to point out the Oscars were more than 6 months ago. He's still stewing over this joke. He keeps bringing it up, which I don't mind at all. In fact, I love it. I just wish he would quote it correctly. I didn't say, ha, 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 he thinks he bothers me. What I said was this. Well, I just got a review, and
everybody saw this.
Has there ever been a worse host than Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars? His opening was that of a less than average person trying too hard to be something which he is not and never can be. Get rid of Kimmel and perhaps replace him with another washed up but cheap ABC talent, George Slopanopoulos.
George Slopanopoulos, really, Trump, really?
And more glamorous, blah, 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 make America great again. Okay, now, see if you can guess which former president just posted the live truth. Anyone? No? Well, thank you, President Trump. Thank you for watching. I'm surprised you're still... Isn't it past your jail time?
Ooh! Same reaction I had when he said it then. I have it now. And look at all of the actors. Look at them all. And there's Barbie. And before that...
He
Margie Robbie. But look at this, Chris Helmsworth's expression. It's just in between this point. It's such a quick snapshot. And Barbie, Mark Robbie.
Remember that Barbie herself was laughing at him. And listen, I know your cognitive abilities are declining.
I know the actress's name who plays Barbie in the movie. I'm not completely unaware, but and then he's talking about like
at the Academy Awards, so you never forget it again. Like this T-shirt or this coffee mug.
It's Margaret Robbie. Margaret Robbie. Respect to Margaret Robbie.
There are a lot of coffee mugs. Maybe you'd like a hat or a wine goblet.
And Ken.
Give that to her. Or perhaps you would like a bandana to put around
Ryan Gosling.
or a sign to put on every hole of your golf course. I'd be happy to send you any or all of those items. Just let me know. They're my gift. And also, for the record, my manager wasn't trying to...
Okay, so pausing this, he goes on to hit Trump with the funniness of that whole, like, isn't it past your jail time? And he hits the merchandise sales difecta.
So
check this out.
Forget it again, like this T-shirt or this coffee mug or this coffee mug or this coffee mug. There are a lot of coffee mugs. Maybe you'd like a hat or a wine goblet. If you ever see Melania again, you can give that to her. Perhaps you would like a bandana to put around your neck or a sign to put on every hole of your golf course. I'd be happy to send you any or all of those items. Just let me know. They're my gift. And also, for the record,
he is such a sweet guy, isn't he? I love Jimmy Kimmel. I love him. I love him. Oh, look at this. So during the Oscars, this was his manager back there vaping. Oh, and here's a fun fact about this fact and this crazy lunatic nonsense. So Mr. Trump physically claimed that he himself was the one to vow to save vaping. Who says stuff like this? Vaping isn't even good for kids. It's not good for adults. You're basically cooking your lungs. But from what I've learned about this, he got this in his head when he met some lobbyist at a big tobacco company. So it's an article in the Washington Post. Can't really read the whole article, but it's in there. It's just ridiculous. So I can't really read everything in this, but he was all about like saving flavored vapes for adults and protecting. This is sourced from Washington Post. And I'm sorry, Trump made enemies with the Washington Post. It's his own fault. Another shameful thing that he has done is he also has come out and tried to claim that we need to pull out of the war in Ukraine. And it's because of his big favorite boyfriend, Putin, who he inflames his obsessions over. And this is what he said. And I don't agree with this because the Ukrainian people need us. But, I mean, take a look at this. It's not like we're spending any more money than we hadn't done in any past wars, and we're not putting our own soldiers in the forces, and Trump's even admitted this, but he claims he's going to get us out of Ukraine. But you know what's sad about this factor? His whole claim that he can even destroy or take it out and end the war quickly. Here's the discredit to this. Expert opinion on Donald Trump claiming... Here you go. Here's the facts right here. Keep saying that. Yeah, here's this by AP News. Russian's UN ambassador says he can't. Straight up facts right there. Nothing but BS this man's peddling every single day. And the fact that our own American people sit here and try to tell us Americans we should be voting for Donald Trump? It's sickening. It's disgraceful. And the worst, most offensive part, apart from the fact that these, these people, these ambassadors for Russia and so forth, denounce and try to act like they're not doing anything wrong. You can look up these articles for yourself. This is the worst thing, okay? Putin is out there flouting his nuclear childly lightsaber of nuclear annihilation, like a kid with a gun. He's out there even sending messages, trying to speak out and or talk about the fact that we have, you know, this whole disgrace. I mean, not that I'm going to play that video, but it's just like him talking about risks of war, him sending message to U.S. over nuclear tests and all this stuff. Like we're personally trying to blow up the world or do any harm. It's bad enough we have to worry about North Korea, and thank goodness China is the only country that will physically control that sad little excuse by angry little baby face Kim Jong-un. It's unbelievable. Look at that right there. Look at all that. All lies. And Russia wants to use it like playing with a nuclear annihilation just to threaten us and our country. Russia needs to learn how to fix their own problems and stop killing their own people. That's a fact. And continuing on with Jimmy Kimmel's video, he goes on to talk about
since you think my wife gives good advice,
his wife,
here she is,
and talking about how Trump keep pointing out how Kimmel's wife can now give good advice. So now Molly Kimmel comes out and she talks, and this is her.
And I'm glad I have your attention, because 1 in 3 women currently in this country is living under an abortion ban because you stacked our Supreme Court. Thanks to you, women in 21 states can't make their own choice about their own life and their own body. And 10 U.S. states make no exceptions for rape or incest. The party you run so bigly and so beautifully, the party that cares so much about motherhood, just blocked a bill that would protect our access to IVF. Women are dying and good doctors are quitting because they can't get or give the reproductive care women desperately need. So my advice for you is to shut up and go away.
Absolutely. Molly's 100% right. Straight on.
Spend all day, every day, cheating at golf and masturbating to Newsmax and let a competent woman take over.
Woo, yeah. And the crowd just ate that up. And I'm with her 100%. So we're going to stop it here because
Thanks for listening.
she says in the end of her video clip there, thanks for taking my advice. And that's the end of her segment here, as you see here.
That's my advice. Thanks for listening.
He says the same to me. Thank you, Molly. What's with the trophy?
Oh, this is the Emmy that I won for executive producing the Oscars that were hosted by the worst host in history.
You can see how much they love each other. It's so wholesome. But the real reality is, you know, America needs to step up and stand for the future by standing first for our present and stop trying to backpedal on fear and politics. Kamala and Mr. Tim Walz for the future, always and forever, for our present today and our future for our children, always. Thank you for watching.